Frank Solich is the Dean of Mid-American Conference Coaches. He's about set to embark on his 12th season in Athens. His next win will be his 78th, but before that, we join him at MAC Media Day. I'm Russ Eisenstein. Rob Cornelius joins me. He's the head coach of the Bobcats, Frank Solich. Good to see you again. How was your summer?
Summer was great. Got a chance to do just a little traveling for a week and a half in July, visited family, and that was pretty much the extent of the summer, other than being around the office and the players.
Your ball club is picked second in the MAC East, behind Bowling Green. Your thoughts on the selection?
We're okay with that. I can see why we were picked where we're picked. So we're looking forward to the season. It's been a great group of athletes to work with, especially in this past off season. They've been amazing. We have great leadership on the team, so I'm excited about the upcoming season. But I'm always pretty optimistic and always am excited when football rolls around.
Sure.
Coach, it seems your best teams have been obviously strong on defense. This front seven is what folks are talking about. Is that justified again this year?
I think so. We got our linebackers returning, and they are quality linebackers. They're some of the very best in the MAC, and we have some young guys coming up that I think are really going to supply us some good depth. In the defensive line, you're talking about the same thing. I think we have some stars in there, and then we also have a lot of good players that are and a lot of quality players that can serve as backups that are somewhat young, but that will keep getting better. So I like our front seven.
On the offensive side, consistency has been something that I know that you've wanted to achieve, and at times last season the offense looked really, really good. At other times it was a little bit of a struggle. From the last part of last year and the end of the bowl game to now, what have you and your staff done to try to iron it out and get this offense really clicking to how you want it?
We spent quite a few hours talking through our offense, talking through our sets, talking through how to get making sure that our most competitive guys are on the football field. You get some of our running backs. They are tremendously competitive guys, and so does it make sense to have one of them on the field and the rest standing next to me on the sideline? Probably not. You
better suited on the field.
Yeah. So you got to find a way to get at times more running backs on the field, and I think that'll pay huge dividends for us. And when you get a two-back offense, it takes a little bit off the quarterback's plate in terms of having to be a runner, But so it'll be interesting to see where that goes. But obviously, Tim as our coordinator and Scott as co-coordinator, those guys do a great job, and I think we'll have pretty good talent at a lot of spots to hopefully be productive on offense.
We're about set to go into August. How many times in the offseason have you been asked who your quarterback is?
Quite a few. And the answer is pretty easy because we have two guys coming back with experience. Right. And so those guys should be competing hard for it in fall camp. JD has the edge coming out of the season. He was the starter at times during the last season. Injuries took him off the field a couple times. He's got great athleticism. He can run. He's got excellent speed, quickness. He's got an excellent arm. He's got to make sure that he gets to become that all this experience that he's gotten is going to show this next year on the football and field in terms of making decisions.
Is this the group that can get this team and this university back into this building and win one in Week 13?
The quarterbs. Is that what you're talking about, or the whole team?
The whole ball club.
This group can get back here.
Possibly we can get that done. I'm a very optimistic guy, and so sometimes I have to slow myself down because of that. But I really like our football team, and I like the quality of player that we're going to have on the field. I like the depth that we have at most positions. There's a couple things we got to solve. We've got to get excellent quarterback play, but we also got to come up with corners. We lost our top three corners, and I don't want to be standing on the sideline screaming, get deep to them every time the ball's snapped, And so those guys have got to come around. Now, they're talented guys, those young guys there, so hopefully that's going to be the case. If we can put those two pieces of the puzzle in place, we have a chance to be pretty good.
We commented off mic and off tape that Frank being the dean of MAC coaches and going into his 12th season. It's our 9th year of working with you, Coach, and really all the way told, it's amazing how quickly time flies, but it's also interesting that we've had, and I know it's not your focal point, but even from a broadcasting standpoint, and with your coaches and all of that too, the consistency in your program, it's like we've been doing this for a while, and it seems like it's flown by too.
Yeah, we've been able to have a group that's kind of stayed together. When you look at the support staff, when you look at the job that you guys do and many other people do to help our program be successful, you know, they just don't fly out of here. And so that's been special. It's made it easier to coach, and so hopefully, you know, that can continue.
September 3rd, can't get here fast enough. Coach Solich, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it. Okay.
That's head coach Frank Solich with Rob Cornelius. I'm Russ Eisenstein. From MAC Media Day in Detroit, this is Bobcat TV.